Hi guys, and welcome to round 6 of season 8 GR4 League. Tonight we are at Brands Hatch. Just getting everyone ready. I've just changed over to Championship. Oh yeah, hippie. Have a good race tonight, mate. So tonight's race, we'll have our stall check race. Then we'll have qualifying 13 minutes with 5 minutes of each for Group 1 and Group 2, depending on which group you're in, obviously. It's European manufacturers tonight, and then we have the GR4 race, which will be 19 laps, tyre and fuel same as usual, times 5, times 4, and starting fuel of 70%. Group 1 racers can only use racing mediums. Group 2 have to do 7 laps on racing mediums. The rest can be on racing softs. The groups for tonight: Group 1's Hat Maris, Fubs, Timmy, Vitamin G, Shell Shock, Brighton, Screech and Hansa. And Group 2 is Foxy, Hippie, Gad, Emperor, PB, and that's it. And M3 guys, sorry. Because G's had to drop out at the last minute, so Hansa subbing for him. M3 guys subbing for Dad Tricky, and Timmy is subbing for Cordell. Okie dokie, hippie. So I'll just get everybody on track. This if you're going to sit stop track out, don't bother getting on track, hippie. Enjoy your FOD. Sure. Good. Roger's not on there yet. Foxy. Emperor. Let me just check the grid order. Timmy, still waiting for Vid, Shell Shock, PB, Hansa, Hippie, Hat Maris, Screech, Gad, Brighton, Foxy, Emperor, Fubs. As we wait for it to get on track. Good man, straight away. It's what we like. Ready. So now we get ready for the stock check race. 1 lap, no holes barred, free for all. And their race hasn't even started and I'm already getting to it. We like that, don't we? Grid is set from the previous round, so I get the pleasure of having to sort it out every race. Here we go, no lights. And we get ready. Right and jump the start by the look of it. PB takes that bit straight out. Timmy secure. Hippie been bumped it off. Gad Gamies took Hanser out. Shell Shock squeezes past Timmy into the lead. Foxy gets pushed wide by Hat by the look of it. Hat's got his lead to worry about. Carnage going on behind. Timmy and Shell Shock trying to get away. Shell Shock shoves Timmy wide, which brings Hat up into third. Emperor and Royton having a bit of a Hanser having a touch onto Timmy. Just put Timmy so Hat Maris into second. Royton just using every car as a brake. Obviously picking up on the Herbie braking technique. Screech and Timmy, I think it was, having a good old punt fest. Shell Shock showing everyone a clean set of wheels. Hat Maris securely in second. Hanser in third, Royton going very wide. Gad in fifth, fighting with Fubs. Through the last corner they go. Fubs holding on to the outside line of Gad. So Shell Shock's our winner, Hat in second. Hanser third, Royton fourth. Gad in fifth. Timmy, not sure what happened to Timmy there. And Vink coming over the line. And Screech and PB doing the Joker. So there's our result. Shell Shock with a win, Hat in second, Hanser in third. So a quick look at the result. So Shell Shock wins it overall, Hat Maris second, Hanser third, Royton fourth, Gad fifth, Fubs in sixth, M3 guy in seventh, Foxy in eighth, Timmy in ninth, Emperor in 10th, Fit in 11th, Screech in 12th, PB down in 13th, and Hippie in 14th. Don't want to change, want to change the settings. If you haven't watched before, qualifying is split into two groups. You have your Group 1 and your Group 2s. Group 1s are the top 7, but in this case the top 8. In the previous round, who can only use racing mediums in the race but can use softs to qualify. Group 2 can use racing medium. We have to use racing medium for 7 laps and use softs for the rest of the time in the race. If you get them ready up for qualifying. So if you just tap yourself in, hippie, thank you. And some people just want to extend the stock check a bit further. So Group 1, out they go. So now I'm just getting some warmth in the tyres, burn a bit of fuel before they get into their flying lap, or in Wrighton's case, get a bit of grass on his tyres, maybe to aid the grip possibly. It's nice to see Screech and PB are the only ones who haven't joined him for the Megane Trophy Con race. I hope Marius and Timmy seriously burning fuel. This is Shellshock slowing down to get some space between him and Screech as Vic comes up to the line. And he's a go for his flying lap. Ram paddock hill. Ran Graham Hill. Through Surtees, heads towards Pilgrim's Drop, into Hawthorne, Westfield Bend, down Dingledale, around Sheen, through Stirlings, along Clearways, up to Clark Curve, onto the Brabham Straight, to set a lap of 128. Hands up to 130, 1 foot, Phubsborough 129. Right and in with the 129. Screech comes up to the line with a 132. Shellshock came in with a 129. Timmy's a 127.84. Can answer it. The 128.76, so we can. So Timmy at the moment is in our lead. Hat's in second, Vit's in third. Fub's in 4th. He's obviously got past Hansa. Brighton's in 5th. Now I also do believe that Brighton is now having to try using manual gears. So Vitter's put a 128.807. Fubs and Hansa and Ryder's 129.8. Hansa's now in 7th. Shellshock's coming up to the line. Screeched on a 132. Timmy's still going along in 1st. Timmy's already dropped back into the pits. What can Vitt do with his last flying lap? And 128.61. So now we have our Group 2 races out, which are Foxy, PB, Emperor, Gad, M3 guy, and Hippie, who's obviously still eating. And as you can see, it is, apart from PB and Screech, everyone else is in the Megane. So here comes Foxy to do his first hot lap. Looking to redeem himself from last week because he had a very unfortunate week of racing. Then to Graham Hill. Into Surtees. Then Pilgrim drop to Hawthorne. Dingledale, right, up to Sheen, down to Sterling's, nicely through there, onto Clearways, round Clark Curve, onto the Brabham Straight. And there's Foxy's up into 4th with a 129. PB into 9th with a 130. Unlike your kids, Screech. Hope you've sent them to the rooms now. Emperor's into 10th with a 131. Then we've got Gad, M3 guy, and Hippie. Gad with a 130.4. M3 guy with a 131.05. So at the moment we've got Foxy up in 4th, PB in 9th, Gad in 10th, M3 guy in 11th, Emperor in 12th, oh, and that's unfortunate for Foxy. Thankfully he's got time to get one more lap in. Let's see what PB can do as he comes up to the line. Can he improve on his 130? He does with a 129.463, which puts him up into 6th. There you go, Gad. And 3 guy Emperor. So Foxy's still in 4th. Just give them a couple more seconds. Qualifying over. Hippie's put in a 130. And here comes Foxy up to the Clark curve.
Drive faster, boys! Drive faster!
Now everyone's coming out on track. Group 2's be coming in now to change the tyres. So our grid will be Timmy, Fit, Hat Maris, Foxy in 4th, Hanser in 5th, PB in 6th, Fubs in 7th, Wrighton in 8th, Shellshock in 9th, Gad in 10th, Hippie in 11th, Emperor as he comes up to the line. Oh, sorry, that M3 guy. Emperor in 13th, Scrooge back in 14th after the kid spoilt his qualifying lap. So now all the Group 2s will be going in, change onto their medium tyres. So here's our group: Timmy on pole, Fit in 2nd, Hat in 3rd, Foxy in 4th, Hanser in 5th, PB in 6th, Fubs in 7th, Wrighton in 8th, Shellshock in 9th, Gad in 10th, Hippie in 11th, M3 guy in 12th, Emperor in 13th, and Screech in 14th. So now we just wait for the time to run down and we'll get the race started. Quick reminder, 19 laps. Fuel, tyre wears times 5, fuels times 4, starting fuels 70% for all, and the Group 2s have to do a minimum of 7 laps on racing mediums. And just for the information, Vitz at the moment is leading our championship with 110 points, with Hat Maris and Fubs in joint second on 92. Cordell, who's not racing tonight, is on 57 in 4th. Shellshock's in 5th with 48 points. Wrighton's in 6th with 45 points. Hippie's in 7th with 43. But enough of that, let's get on with the race. Have a good race, everybody. Here we go for the start. Looks like everyone's got away cleanly as we come into Paddock Hill Bend. Timmy's holding that line first as they go down. Is it Pilgrim's Rise? Yes. No. Yeah, Pilgrim Rise through Druids. Timmy's still in front, Foxy's still in 4th, Hat in 3rd, Hands are in 5th. PB's made a jump of the Fubs and Shellshock together in 8th and 9th there. Gad in 10th, Hippie in 11th, and then we got a Screech getting past Emperor as they come to Hawthorne. And M3 guy back in 14th. M3 guy, a quick look on the inside of Emperor. The Fox is starting to put a bit of pressure onto Hat as they come to Clark Curve. Hands are just watching him carefully behind. Timmy's opening a little bit of gap on Vit. Team Herbie, Herbie official racing team is in 2nd and 3rd at the moment. And our hands is closed right up on Foxy. PB in a little bit of space on his own. Fubs got past Wrighton now. It looks like they're all getting ready to jump over Wrighton here. I can't tell him to do that, mate. So here we have Fubs with Wrighton right back on his tail, with Gad with Shellshot right behind him. Oh no. Can we see what happened to Screech? I think he just had some unfortune. So M3 guys put a bit of a charge on. But yeah, it's Timmy clearly in the lead. Fit in 2nd, Hat in 3rd, Foxy in 4th, Hands are back in 5th, PB still in 6th, Fubs in 7th, and Wrighton's been pulled along nicely by Fubs there in 7th because they've been Shell Shock's having to defend against GAD. And it's looking like M3 guys having to protect his position from Hippie, with Emperor in 13th, Screech back in 14th. But yeah, Vit and Timmy, I'm showing the clean set of heels to everyone else. But it's looking like Hansa might be making a move on Foxy soon. I imagine Foxy's counting down the time until he can get onto those soft tyres. Fubs has finally broken the slip and right turn. Shell Shock seems to have briefly done the same to GAD. M3's got managed to put up a space between him and Hippie, and Emperor is now closing in on Hippie. If it's not letting Timmy get too far away, Foxy's got Hansa right on his tail now, and Fubs is closed right up on PB. And I can't imagine Foxy's the pro allowing Hansa to get past easily. Fubs is closing right up on top of PB now. Righton's dropping back a bit. Can't help driving as he drives, G. And he really is. He's closing in for the kill on Foxy here. Let's see if Fubs can do a move on to PB now. Oh, no. Very surprised me that PB being in the Ferrari. Not the car I would have expected. And I can clearly see the Vit and Timmy, or Timmy and Vit, Timmy and Vit, flying clear of the leaders, flying clear in the lead. Question is, when is Fubs thinking about making his move on PB? And Righton's there picked up a cheeky little penalty. Timmy just seems to be going quicker and quicker. M3 guy still with Hippie right on his tail. Oh, M3 guy goes wide. Oh, whew, that was a near miss for Emperor. Screech. Screech in his McLaren. Fubs, he's having a look. Slightly wide by PB. Not enough to let Fubs get by. Getting very ragged. That's the pressure over in that Cadbury's McGann right behind you. Foxy seems to have pulled a bit away from Hands there now. In fact, he's closed right up on Hat. Now with Foxy trying to get past Hat. Will this allow them Hands to close right up on them? Shellshock's having a lonely race in 8th, like Gad. And I think Brighton's serving his penalties cost him. He may have been a little off in the process. So Hippie there in 11th, Emperor in 12th. We screeched right up behind him now. Clever racer that Screech knows that you don't rev the McLaren all the way to the top. Half revs and change gear. You're doing well. So PB straight onto his mid-softs. Obviously Foxy's liking the mediums, so he's not changing them yet. PB pitting, put a bit of space between Fubs and Shots. The Shellshock's now up to 7th, Brighton's in 8th. PB's in 9th. Hippie's in 10th. Gad in 11th, who's also gone into the pits to change those tyres. Screech has managed to get past Emperor and see if we can see that move. And he's obviously done it in the last couple of... just before I can replay it. So Screech is up into 12th. Emperor's in 13th. M3 guys just come out of the pits after... well, come out of the pits. There's no Timmy. Still 1.6 seconds ahead of Vit, who's got a country mile away from Hat and Foxy. Now Hans is dropping back into the clutches of Fubs. I just want to see. Oh, Foxy's carrying on those mediums. Has he remembered that he can change tyres this time? So Fubs has used that clear air to catch right up on Hansa there. And he's going for it round Druids. Nice move though by Fubs. Now will these pair work together to catch up to Foxy now? Shellshock having a very lonely race in 7th. Same for Wrighton in 8th. PB in 9th on those racing softs. Hippie in 10th. Gad in 11th. Screech in 12th. Emperor in 13th. M3 in 14th. And it's not looking like Foxy can find a way past Hat. Go on, Hat. Do it for the team. Don't let him past, I mean, obviously. And Fox is continuing on with those mediums. He obviously doesn't want to give up his 4th position. So Fubs and Hands are in 5th and 6th respectively. Going along nicely. Shell Shock is 7th. So PB now up to 8th. Very slowly starting to make inroads on Shell Shock. Hippie in 9th. Again, still hasn't shown Gad in 10th. Who is on the softs now. Screech in 11th. Gonna have to pit the next lap because he's got no fuel left. Rightened in 12th after having his pit stop. M3 going 13th. Emperor in 14th. With fresh rubber on. Well, now Timmy is now showing Vit some clear air. So will Timmy pit in this lap? He will. Question is, Vit's followed him straight in. Oh. Foxy's obviously picked up a penalty somewhere or had a bad corner. So the Hands has stayed out. Is he going for the overcut? And looking from that pit, Fitz had to come out before PB and Foxy. Foxy has remembered he can have the mediums. So PB going along in 4th. Because Hat very sensibly didn't try and hold him up. Well, I've just noticed one on the top of my team car. Skittles. No, I've already had a pack tonight. I won't sleep. So Fubs in 7th, Gad in 8th, Shell Shock in 9th, Wrighton in 10th, Hippie in 11th, M3 going 12th, Emperor in 13th, and Screech in 14th. So at the moment Hands is leading, but Timmy's closing in on him quite substantially. Hands has had to come into the pits, and in fact Fit is now closing in on. Oh no, sorry, the lead's staying about the same. I think we need to watch on this battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th at the moment. PB's leading it with Hat in 4th and Foxy in 5th. Now to remember that PB and Foxy are on softs and Hat's on the mediums. And PB softs them a few laps old now, but hardly any wear to them though. So now Foxy's going to be chomping at the bit to get past him here. And Fubs 4 seconds down the way. Can Foxy now get past the Hat with the change of rubber? And because Hat's having to defend, it's allowing PB to get a bit of a gap. So Fubs in 6th, with Hansa in 7th, Gad in 8th. Gad's back into the pits. So Fubs and Hansa after the pit stops are in tandem still. And in fact Shell Shock has closed up a bit on them. Hippie. Will he be able to get straight past Gad as he comes out the pits with Wrighton in 11th? Nice driving there from both of them. Wrighton's there in 11th. M3 going 12th. Emperor in 13th. Screech in 14th. And now Timmy's just pulling away now. PB. Oh, that was unfortunate for Foxy. That will have just broke his concentration for a lap. And in fact, Bubsy's keeping Hansa at a distance. Don't worry, G. Still in Group 1 for next week at the moment. And now with a tiny error by Foxy, will it allow Hat to close up onto PB? I saw Fubs went a little wide coming out of Graham Hill Bend. But was he enough to allow Hans to get back into the suck zone? And it hasn't just yet. Shell Shock is closing in on them now. And it looks like we've got a nice little battle going here between Hippie and Gad. Gad having a look on the outside. Will he be able to cut back? He's having a look as they go down Dingledale up to Sheen. And Wrighton's having a penalty nightmare tonight. And there's M3 guy moving to the pits again because Screech has got past him. Emperor in 12th, Wrighton in 11th. Hippie's managed to get a bit of space between him and Gad, but Gad's coming straight back at him. And Shell Shocks. Hands are still holding on to Fubs. Can Fubs close up to Foxy? In fact, Foxy's closed right back up on Hansa. Hatman, sorry, I apologise. But he just doesn't seem to be able to get past Hat. We're into our last 3 or 4 laps now. Through Paddock Hill. Pilgrim's Rise to Surtees. Down to Graham Hill. And this is just all working perfect for PB, he's giving him a nice gap. There we have it, second. Not actually closing and not allowing Timmy to get by. But it just doesn't look like Foxy can get past Hat. Hat just sticking to his racing lines, allowing Foxy no space to get by. Fubs has started to pull away from Hansa. Hansa's just keeping the distance the same. Dan Padakel. I think Screech, M3 guy and Emperor. Wrighton's keeping along safely in 11th. And Gad's just made the move on Hippie. That deserves another look at. And Gad just got the run of him going Penwood Rise into 30s. Now will Hippie have the fight back on him now? Let's see. Three laps to go. Gad showing Hippie a clean set of wheels. Shell shock. Hansa's. So Fubs has pulled himself away from Hansa. Fox is still there with Hat. PB just having a quiet race in 3rd, and still Vit. They're matching lap for lap. A little bit of sideways by Hat there. And it just doesn't look like Foxy can do anything to get past Hat. As they come up to the final lap. So we go in our final lap. We have Timmy in 1st with the fastest lap, Vit in 2nd, PB in 3rd, Hat in 4th, with Foxy right behind him in 5th, Fubs in 6th, Hansa safe in 7th, Shell Shock in 8th, Gad in 9th, Hippie in 10th, Wrighton in 11th, Emperor in 12th, M3 guy in 13th, and Screech in 14th. Well, we've still got Foxy and Hat here, battling it out still. Closing right in as they come down to Pilgrim Dingledale. Is there any way he can get past? He's got 3 more corners. One more as they come along clearways. Just no way he can get past him. Tries to get a tighter line there. And now so our winner, Timmy. 3 seconds clear of Vit in second, PB in third, Hat in fourth, Foxy in fifth, Fubs in sixth, Hansa in seventh, Shellshock in eighth, Gad in ninth, with Hippie right behind him in 10th. Right and now going through Clark Curve in 11th. Emperor in 12th. There's right in 11th, Emperor in 12th. So there we go, there's our result. So Timmy with our victory tonight. Clean sweep of pole position, fastest lap. So if we just have a quick look at the result. So Timmy's our winner, Vit in second, PB in third, Hat in fourth, Foxy in fifth, Fubs in sixth, Hansa in seventh, Shellshock in eighth, Gad in ninth, Hippie in 10th, Brighton in 11th, Emperor in 12th, M3 in 13th and Screech in 14th. Just save the replay. And I forgot to change the title. Just check that like that. Let's have a quick check that people don't. I've just invited Hat and Foxy to see if they want to talk about their race. So as you can see, this race is going to be interesting. M3 guy sporting a nice Williams livery there. I think this will be a race about surviving. Hans is doing my job of cutting the grass. Right one's back. Let me just set the grid. Screechy's on pole. M3 guy. Emperor. And we have Brighton, Hippie, Gad, Shell Shock, Hansa, Fubs, Foxy, Hat Maris, PB. Oh, and Fubs. I'm assuming the classic Senna livery. I'm starting to see a theme and writing on these corners. Sorry about that, guys, I had to have a drink. Bit as usual, jumps in the car and flying. Let's see. Oh, Screech has done a fair few miles in his car, 385. Has done 31, Hans done 74. Fubs has done 82. Ryan's done 84. Foxy's done 12. PB's done half a mile. Timmy's done 2.3. And Avid's just go quicker. And M3 guys come in with a 112.2. And now Hat Maris is just betting by 1/1000th of a second. We'll have this race starting in about a minute's time. Shell Shock's answered with a 111.8. So, as I tell them to get ready, quick reminder, F1500 TA, which is a Group X car, 8 laps. I just want to check that nobody's doctored the car. 8 laps, tyre wear times 6, fuel times 5. Can use any tyres from racing super softs to racing hards. The choice is entirely up to the racer. We have rolling start as always for the Marmite race with a reverse grid. So here we go. An old school Formula 1 race. We're away. See how we do going into the first corner. Hands from shell shock, which has then caused Fubs to go a bit wide. Foxy gone even wider. M3 guys already putting the pressure on M Screech. Oh, a little bit of contact. Oh, an M3 guy's a bit squirrely on the power, which allows Ryden to close up. So Ryden's already got past Emperor. Oh, and Ryden went straight on there. Emperor in third with Hippie right behind him. Gad in fifth, Shell Shock in sixth, Hansa in seventh. Ryden back on the track in eighth. Fubs a bit wide. And he's now in ninth. Hat in 10th. Hello Mew, how you feeling mate? Fit already up into 11th. PB having troubles, Foxy having bigger troubles. But Screech still in first. With a gaggle of cars closing up behind him now, the Emperor and Hippie. Yeah, I'm not bad mate, glad to see him still with us. I was starting to worry about you. So Hippie's got past Emperor. Screech still going strongly in first with that M3 guy close behind. And I believe Emperor went wide there, which has allowed Gad up into fourth. So Emperor's now in fifth and Ryden looking to take that fifth spot away from him. Good. But Emperor's having Ryden. Not sure where Ryden. Vit already up into sixth. Hat in 8th, Shell Shock in 9th, Timmy in 10th, Fubs in 11th, and Shell Shock being shoved wide there. Oh, and Screech has dropped down to. Can we see what happens to. Classic goes wide but held it, so Screech has dropped down into third. So now we have Gad in first, Hippie in second. Screech in third, Emperor in fourth. Yes, I do. There's a couple, to be honest, because you got Fubs in the classic Senna, and got Emperor in the Renault Williams Renault. So Screech is trying to. So Vit on a fly, already up into fourth. With Screech fighting with Gad. Vit's going to be right up on these there. Emperor still going in fifth, although Hat Maris and Timmy have just got past him now. Screech gone a bit wide. Just allow Gad to concentrate on trying to close up onto Hippie. Hippie showing everybody a clean set of wheels. In fact, Timmy's up into fifth behind Vit. All Fubs a little bit wide. Hansa's in sixth, Ryden in seventh, who's literally been yo-yoing all over the field. Shell Shock in eighth, with Hansa in ninth. M3 guy in 11th, Fubs in 12th, PB and Foxy bringing up the rear. And now Screech has got the tryhard in Vit, and oof, Vit helped him get round the corner a little bit there. And in fact Vit's into the pits. and Hat. Yeah, well, they've had it easy the last 2 weeks. Going from the VW Beetle to the i3. Let's bring some madness back into it. So Timmy's now looking to get past Screech. Screech just sticking to his line, not making it easy for Timmy. Timmy looks to do the outside. Tucks back in. Screech got a bit sideways by hitting the curbs. So Hippie and Gad continuing on. Screech and Timmy into the pits. Right into the pits as well. And here comes Shell Shock. Pits as well. His hands are doing the same. Timmy! PB. I believe PB's already pitted. And we have Hippie and Gad. These two must have been fuel saving like no one's business. And Timmy in third. Timmy! Ah, thank you, Mew. Right, and in fourth, Hat in fifth. PB in sixth, Screech in seventh. Fit in eighth. Shell Shock in 9th, Emperor and M3 guy in 10th and 11th, Hansa in 12th, Fubs in 13th, Foxy back in 14th, so Hippie's into the pits, and Gad must be fuel saving like nobody's business, not pitting. And Hippie's managed to come back out in front of Timmy. Riding in fourth. Having a good race. Hat in fifth. PB in sixth with Vit and Screech. Screech makes a move on Vit. And then the car oversteers. Robbing him of that good manoeuvre. And Gad's gone for the no stopper. He may have pulled out a nice win there. Look like, can Hippie hold off the charging Timmy? And look at that. Foxy set the fastest lap, 1:11.85. What a pro he is. So Timmy's in third. Hat Maris in fourth with Wrighton all over the back, and it looks like he's got the rider on him as they come onto the Brabham straight and into the final lap. He really is. Let's see if Timmy. So he's looking like Gad's played a master stroke here, doing the no stopper. Hippie's pretty much safe in second. Timmy in third. Timmy! Hat Maris in fourth. Wrighton in fifth. Vit in sixth. Screech in seventh. Shell Shock in eighth. PB in ninth. M3 guy in 10th. Hansa in 11th. Fubs in 12th. Emperor in 13th. And Foxy in 14th. And Gad comes over the line to take the victory. Nicely done, Gad. Hippie comes over to take second. Timmy in third, Hap Maris in fourth, Wrighton in fifth, Fit in sixth, Screech obviously trying to get his joker in seventh, Shellshock in eighth, PB in ninth, M3 Guy in 10th, Hansa comes across safely in 11th, Emperor comes through Clark Curve in 12th, and Foxy's managed in 13th, and Fubs just showing off that livery. So he did as well. Oh, well spotted, Mew. He did as well. Cheeky. Kept it for the last lap at 1:11.55. And Fubs just making everybody wait. Oh, look at that, you're going to come across the line backwards. Nicely done. Well done, Gad. Do you want to come and talk about your victory? So there we go, Gad. Brilliant race there. Showed everyone how to do the no-stopper. Quickly save the replay. So there we go. Gad's our winner. Hippie was in second, Timmy in third, Hat Maris in fourth, Wrighton in fifth, Fit in sixth, stealing the last lap on the last one, Screech in seventh, Shellshock in eighth, PB in ninth, M3 Guy in 10th, Hansa in 11th, Emperor in 12th, Foxy in 13th, and Fubs in 14th. Just see if we can get Gad to come and join me for a quick talk about that. Hello mate, well done on that victory.
Cheers, mate.
You only want to do a no-stopper, I think.
Yeah. I was in a party with Hippie and I thought he was going to do a no-stopper as well. When I saw him going to pits, I was like, oh, what's he doing?
Yeah. Well, I looked at the lap before and he must have stopped fuel saving on the 7th lap or something, because his fuel just suddenly went down.
Yeah, no,
Could be.
I just kept turning my fuel down. I was looking at the gap and I'm like, it's not closing. It's like, this is good. Like,
yeah. That was the way to do it. Nice one. It's an interesting car though, isn't it, that?
Yeah. I love the Marmite League.
Well, as I said on an earlier stream, they needed something a bit crazier after the two calm ones last week and the week before.
Yeah.
But no, well done on your victory there, mate. And I'll let you go and join the rest of you, unless you've got anything to add.
No, it's a good race. I enjoyed it tonight.
You had a good battle with Hippie in the GR4s, wasn't you?
Yeah, flexing him all night.
It's a good job. He's a good bloke to have a race with. Yeah. Anyway, I'll let you go off and enjoy your Friday night, mate. Well done again, and thanks for being part. And you.
Yeah, thanks for hosting.
No problem. Bye, bye.
See you, mate.
Right, guys, give it a like and subscribe as usual, and I'll be back tomorrow night hosting round 1 of the ISRL multi-class starting at 8 o'clock. And should be interesting. 60 minutes round Monza in GR1, GR2s and GR3s. Thanks for watching, guys. Give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already done. Leave a comment. Thanks again. Bye-bye.